dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night, a channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. In the shadows where the stories grow, ink and pixels start to flow. A spark of myth, a world unknown, black sigil carves it all in stone. Crafted dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night, a channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. Black sigil rising, calling through the screen. Visions forged in fire, haunting roaring queen. Fantasy and memory stitched into the scenes, where legends live forever, and nothing's as it seems. From cursed blades to arcane scrolls, they breathe life into broken souls. With every frame the truth is told, this told heroes young and ancient soul. Brushstroke code and midnight lore, unlock the dream behind the door. Not just a channel, it's a sign of mystery by grand design. In every frame, tales that echo silence, joy and never pain. Animation whispered, secrets in the gray. The art of dark and wonder, running through all that. So hit subscribe, step inside, let the pixels be your guide to a realm that never dies. Black sigils where the magic lies. Lighting rays watch the time now. Break your veins, cast forever in the story. Black sigil holds us fast. In the shadows where the stories grow, ink and pixels start to flow. A spark of myth, a world unknown, black sigil carves it all in stone. Crafted dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night, a channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. Black sigil rising, calling through the screen. Visions forged in fire, haunting roaring queen. Fantasy and memory stitched into the scenes, broken souls. With every frame the truth is told. There's told of heroes young and ancient sold. Brushstroke code and midnight lore. Unlock the dream behind the door. Not just a channel, it's a sign of mystery by grand design. Black Sigil rising, force in every frame. Tales that echo silence, joy and very pain. Animation whispered, secrets in the grain. The art of dark and wonder, running through all that. So hit subscribe, step inside. Let the pixels be your guide to a realm that never dies. Black sigils where the magic lies. Batting rage watch the time now. Fight your battles cast. Forever in the story. Black sigil holds us fast. In the shadows where the stories grow, ink and pixels start to flow. A spark of myth, a world unknown. Black sigil carves it all in stone. Crafted dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night. A channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. Black sigil rising, calling through the screen. Visions forged in fire, haunting roaring queen. Fantasy and memory stitched into the scenes, where legends live forever, and nothing's as it seems. From cursed blades to arcane scrolls, they breathe life into broken souls. With every frame the truth is told. There's told of heroes young and ancient sold. Brushstroke code and
What's up, everyone? Thank you for showing up for the draw. We'll get this going in a little bit here. Just my first time doing a live stream like this, so I just want to check is volume, voice, everything okay? Perfect. All right. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to, in a second, on the right over here, I'm going to pop up the Excel spreadsheet. So what I did is I took everyone from the subscribers list, I copied it over, put them all through into it, and then I randomized the order, so it was a little bit different. It's not just like when you subscribed, it's just a random order now. And then I have a generator, which we'll use to select our winner. And then how it's going to work is that I'll give you an email if you are the winner. You will then respond to that, or send an email there with your name, address, shipping address, and then the box that you want, as well as I need a picture of your like your Discord, your YouTube dashboard, just so I know it's you. I don't want anyone all of a sudden sending email like, oh yeah, that was totally me that won. So if you can do that when I give you the email, that'd be great. and there are a couple restrictions. I don't on the first video I posted. So the only ones that aren't available are going to be Bretonnia and Tomb Kings because they're a little bit more expensive, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then obviously they have to be in stock. And then there are certain countries which are allowed to receive the winning, which is going to be a bunch of them. It's basically all of Europe, Canada, US, and Australia, I believe, are the countries. So if you're here and you're not one of those countries, I apologize. It's just a way with shipping from GW and whatnot. So yeah. So let's bring up the list here. Ooh. Again, I'm new to this, so just bear with me. I'm sure everything will get smoother over time. Okay, there's a list there. So we basically are going, we have 461. So not everyone has their subscriptions public. So that was one of the requirements because I can't actually see your subscription if you don't make it public. It's a privacy thing. So I was only able to take the ones who did actually have it. So we are going to be starting from line 2, as you can see, because subscribers number 1, going all the way down to 461. Okay, so that's what we have here in the, where? Oh, right here. So see, it goes 2 to 461. That's what we're going to be doing for the draw. Whoa, White Shorts coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. So yeah, so guys, donations, memberships, everything like that's going to be that we receive here. It goes back to allow us to do more draws like this for you guys, expand the armies, upgrade our content. So everything there is everything that you donate to us goes right back into the studio and everything and the quality of the videos. Because like I said, this is more of a labor of love for us, and we want to promote the old world because of how much we love Warhammer. Yeah, and someone asked before about how the studio built. Well, I have the framing of all the walls is done. I have an electrician coming. Oh no, models. I have an electrician coming tomorrow actually to install a new breaker, and that way I can run all of the outlets and everything that I'm going to need for the studio. And then once that's done, then I can put the drywall up, and we can really get the studio going. Wow, everyone's signing right now. This is actually blowing me away right now. Thank you so much for all the support. This was actually supposed to be just like a hobby side thing, and the community ended up liking it a lot. So we decided to go full swing into it. And like I said, I'm hoping that we can keep the great quality going and content going for you guys. So before we get the draw here, which will go in a couple minutes, I just want to see if we can get a couple more people kind of filtering in. Um, so what we're going to be doing in the future, moving, especially when the studio is finished, because then I can do a lot more creative things there, is we are going to be adding more videos to the monthly uploads. So we're going to be adding some narrative stuff. So we're going to go leaning a little bit more into the narrative once the studio is built. So we're going to have kind of that little intro videos. We're going to be doing campaigns, kind of really getting to the spirit of what is Warhammer. And then and we're going to start doing live streams so you guys can interact with us and the guests that come on. That way we can, have a nice conversation while we play Warhammer, because that's what it is. Warhammer is all about having fun, hanging out, chatting, getting that face-to-face conversation, or in this face-to-virtual world conversation. Yeah. Oh, Jay Dowie, thank you so much for the super chat. $13, man. Honestly, this is absolutely overwhelming. Thank you so much for it. This is going right back into more stuff for the studio, so thank you. Triumph and Treachery. I definitely want to see about how we can make that happen. I would love to do live stream Triumph and Treachery with all of the craziness that comes with Triumph and Treachery. So that's definitely on the table. Mario, thank you so much to follow us from Spain. That is huge. I'm so happy that our reach has gotten out there to you guys. Spence from Texas, welcome. All right, so before we start, does anyone have any questions before we start? This won't take long. Daddy O from Austria. Let's go. Pure genetics, Jay. Pure genetics. Sorry, you either have it or you don't. I don't think there's really much you can do. Maybe some kind of surgery we'll have to do it, but this is pure genetics, baby. Yes, so I have already put in my pre-order for Cafe from my local gaming store. So that's that. And we do have a very special ballot report that's going to be coming up over the next couple weeks. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be one that you're not going to want to miss, I think. So something that I think some channels won't be able to have access to right away. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. James, what's my favorite army to play? Ooh, honestly, I have a spot for dwarfs. I think dwarfs are definitely one of my favorite. They've always been. I've always won dwarfs going right back when I started at like 5th, 6th edition. I didn't actually start collecting them until later on, and a friend of mine donated his army, and that was huge to me. And now I've been in love with dwarfs playing them. For bad guys, though, I kind of have a thing for Nurgle right now. Nurgle demons have been kind of fun as far as legacy armies go. They're pretty fun. Yeah. All right. Let's get this going. Let's see who wins this box. All right. It's gonna be one click. We're gonna go to the name, and that's who wins. So let me prep this here. Okay. So here we go. Spot number 76. Who do we have at 76? Oh my goodness, I probably could have done this a lot faster. And 76, we have Rafi Thomas at spot 76. Rafi, I need you right here. Just typing in the email here now. Send the details. So it's going to be your name. It's your address, the box that you want, and then also a picture of your dashboard to know that it is in fact you. Okay, so it's blacksigilstudios@gmail.com. Send that there, and I'll work on getting that battalion box out to you. This isn't going to be the only one that we're going to be doing over the course of this channel, guys. If we continue to grow, if we get the support from you guys by memberships, by donations, by super chats, all that stuff, we will continue to do draws at every milestone. Right now, I'm picking the next milestone is going to be at 2,500 subscribers, and we'll do another box release at that milestone, and then 5,000, 10,000 if we get that high, and then we'll keep going from there. So this isn't the only, like I said, not the only draw we're going to be doing. So keep watching the content, keep supporting us, and we're going to do more over time. Maybe even add even more smaller draws in for members when that happens, which we're going to be doing memberships probably starting end of this month, early in July, for those that want to show a little bit extra support and get a little bit more content out of the videos. And when we do the memberships, I just want to make it clear, we're not cutting videos to people, so it's not like you're not going to be able to view any videos. It's just we're going to be adding additional content for people who have memberships. So it's basically he reached. If I don't hear from Rafi over the next few days, then I'll probably do another. I'll come back on here and we'll do another draw. But I know people can't all make a stream, so I don't want someone to be excluded because they were at work or anything like that. So I don't. I want to make sure that they have the chance to get what they subscribe for. Yeah, Rory, which FAQ are we talking about? The official FAQ or the rumor FAQ? Dan, you gotta take it with Rafty, my guy. Yeah, Rory, which FAQ are you talking about? Are we talking about the one that's been kind of leaked, or are we talking about the official FAQ? Oh, I'm assuming you mean the leak one. I mean, there's a lot of changes in there that I think would be potentially good for the game. Um, I'm not super positive that that's going to be that actual fact is real though, so I'm not sure. But yes, overall, I see a lot of changes there are very good. Some of them don't really address the issues that I think a lot of people may have with certain things, like the peg knights, like adding an extra 4 points per peg knight. I'd still gladly pay the extra 4 points to take that, and the 10 points for the Barter Pegasus. It doesn't really stop the issue. Sure. Yeah, exactly. It feels kind of like a wish list. But like I said, if some of those changes come too, like I think giving state troops warband would be a good improvement for them. Does it fix state troops for me? I'm not sure. I think state troops are just yeah, exactly. Yeah, 4 points means nothing, James, when it comes to peg knights. So I don't think that's going to address the issue with people taking peg knights and them doing a 360 charge. Even with the whole skirmisher where the majority, sorry, the majority have to be able to see or something like that. That was one of them. It's not really that hard to do, especially when you have such a small unit of peg knights. It's not going to be really an issue. Um, but yeah, so back to state troops. I don't think that's going to really fix the state troops. I think state troops overall just need like a point reduction. I think they're overpriced for what they are. But again, this is just my comment. I'm a nobody. This is just me just rambling on. Yeah, like I said, I think like overall the old world's a great game. I think we can all agree that every game that you play always has certain tweaks and everything that you would want to change. Um, but overall, the system right now is I'm extremely happy with it. If you've watched me on with Steve on Mountain Miniatures, you know we've gone back and forth. You know how we talk about it, how great this game was right out of the box. So if they do the minor tweaks to keep improving, that just shows they have love for the community. They're listening, which of course, as a person who enjoys the game, I respect that a lot. Pat, how do you feel about the Elite Cafe power level? Um, I don't think. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be okay, to be honest. I guess what we're going to really see on Saturday when Mountain Miniatures does their live stream of it. So 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mountain Miniatures is doing their live stream. So I recommend you guys hop over there and watch it because they're gonna be one of the first ones that are actually gonna be playing a game with it, and you'll see firsthand exactly what the power level is going to be with them. I definitely see the what's the terracotta guys. They seem very very good. I'm very excited to see them. The fact that they can like change up how they attack to give them more attacks or give them like Monster Slayer, King Blow type stuff. That is pretty cool. You know what? Steve's powerhouse. I'm very confident Steve can crush out in one day. That's all that guy needs, man. When he puts his mind to something, he'll crush out. White shorts. What armies do I have already? So I've actually been collecting every single battalion and everything that's come out so far. Whether they're assembled or not, that's a different story and painted. So I'm slowly working through the backlog. This is actually the amount that you guys want, the content you guys want from me has really kind of kicked me into overdrive with getting my armies painted. So I've got Nurgle Demons, Bretonia, Tomb Kings, Ogre Kingdoms, Dwarfs, um, High Elves in a box still, Empire in a box still. I've got a bunch. Ray, yes, I am in Canada. Yeah, I'm actually not too far away from Steve and the guys. Yeah, this is why like I just think state troops that they need a point reduction. That's the only you either going to add more rules and keep the points the same, or you're going to reduce the points for them because yeah, they're just not that great right now, unfortunately, where they are for the point cost. So I'd like to see a point reduction on state troops or bring back some of the Empire flair they used to have. I miss that flair with when they were the only ones that were able to detachments. That was kind of their thing, to deal with the other armies. Was they had the benefit of getting counter charge off or standing and shooting with a detachment that moved in, and now they kind of spread that around to every army. It just makes Empire lose a little bit of their flair, unfortunately. Yeah, I agree, James. That's I would like to see. Again, eighth edition, seventh edition stuff. Like when all the armies they felt very unique. They had their very own specific army rules that no one else had. This edition kind of brought where some armies lost their individuality, which is a very unfortunate. Like Skaven, not having a lot of the rules where they were like hurt each other and spin around with their stuff. Empire, with now that everyone gets detachments, Empire kind of loses what it's known for. But again, we are in edition 1 of the old world, so I'm very positive that as this game continues to grow, we're going to see a lot more unique, kind of fleshed out narrative rules coming in. So, they do work. They're just you have to fully commit to the detachment rule and playing them as a detachment and a regiment. So if you try playing them like another army, the detachment's not gonna work. You have to make sure you keep everything within 3 inches. You have to move up together. You have to kind of you have to keep that battle line. As soon as your battle line starts to fray, that's when the detachments and regiment rule all goes to heck, and then it doesn't work out. I haven't I haven't seen any solo ones for Old World yet. Not that they're aren't there obviously, but I've definitely seen some games that where people do play kind of like against themselves. Um, I mean, I think people enjoy it. Obviously, there's content out there, so people are watching it. I don't think it's my cup of tea. I don't think I'll do solo bat reps. am very fortunate where I've got a great group of friends that we are able to get together semi regularly and get some content done. So yeah. Yeah, so James, oh, I froze. My camera. What happened here? 1 second, trying to fix this. All right, I'm back. I'm just fixing the camera. I don't know what happened there. Good old glitch. All right, I think we should be. Oh no. Well, this is an easy fix. But bam, fixed. We're back. Told you I'm new. I'm still working with all the tech and stuff. Yeah, yeah. My toilet flushed the other way too. What were we talking about before the camera went out? Do you ever go to tournaments? I'm not really much of a tournament like super competitive guy. It's not really my. When I was younger, I used to go to events. Now it's more I like just getting and hanging out with the guys and just rolling dice. So it's not really my thing to go to like a super competitive tournament. That being said, I do host tournaments here in my basement. I ran one a little while ago, and they usually have kind of like unique, quirky little compositions and whatnot, and really don't play well to those that want to be super competitive. That follow kind of like a meta. So I kind of just keep everything in house and just have fun. I 3D print little trophies for everyone. Um, yeah, just kind of just a nice little fun tournament. I'm not opposed to doing it depending on the comp. Um, like right now, my plan plan, and some of us from that have been on the show here, um, looking at going down to Adepticon and kind of messing around down there. Dan, awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah, get some sleep. You will be seeing more of this face, unfortunately, I think. So you better get used to that. Yeah, that's cool, Chris. I see Northern Ontario is rough, right? There's not really much up there. Like, how far are you from Ottawa? And yeah, James, exactly. Yeah, more narrative esque. Like we do see a lot more people bringing more infantry, which we know is not the meta. So the guys just want to use their troops, and we kind of put different restrictions. Like last one we did was a low hammer tournament, so there was like I think it was like maximum one behemoth. You can't ride like the behemoth, or you can't ride on a monster. The biggest thing you were able to ride on was a chariot, I believe. So it's just kind of forcing people to take different troops that you're not going to see at tournaments. Yeah, Rory, I know exactly where you are. I have family down that way. It's kind of Old World is kind of in a weird spot, I find, because it's not so much of a game where a lot of people want to take their models because there's so many that want to take the whole armies to go play at gaming stores. At least this is my experience in like my area as well. So a lot of people they just play at home. Um, it's just kind of the way it is, I think, with Old World. That's kind of the way I've always been with Old World as well. When I was into 40K and 30K, well, I still have the 30K. That's how I'm playing a while. And bolt action. Because the armies were so much smaller, it was a lot easier to like take stuff where I need to go. Um, with Old World, depending on your army, it's such a pain. Stuff falls over in the car, stuff breaks a lot more. So for me, I just kind of keep everything in house. Even all the guys that kind of play over here when we do the tournaments and do the streams or the bat reps. Like I have shelves here that a lot of times they just keep their armies here because they know it's just more of a pain in the butt to keep lugging their stuff around, more prone to accidents happening. And so we just store all the armies here, which is good for obviously the stream because they're awesome. They let me just when I need to play with one of their armies, they just go ahead. And yeah, Rory, even where I am, so I'm in essentially like just outside of Niagara Falls. Um, the stores don't carry a lot of Old World. It's just a lot of it is you want me to get it for you, I can order it, and that's it. But then you might as well just order it online, type of thing. But there's it is what it is. Like there's a lot of product that GW has, and obviously store can't carry everything, so you got to kind of focus on what makes them money, and that's it. Wendell, what's up? Nice seeing you here. I'm gonna be over at Mountain Miniatures tonight. If you are gonna be watching the stream, I'm not gonna be on stream, but I'll be there. Yeah, exactly, James. I'm the same way. I host. That's why I'm building the studio. I got a nice big open basement to do it. So very fortunate that way. I know not everyone has a setup like I do, so I know I'm very fortunate with what I have. And yeah, like 40K is going to be more popular. It's just the way it is. Space stuff tends to sell better than fantasy stuff. Um, it's just the way it is for GW and gaming store. So I don't fault them for not carrying Old World. Is it frustrating when you just want to go, hey, maybe they have something new and it's the same stuff you've seen on the shelf for the last, you know, 3 months, 4 months? It is what it is. Like I said, with at least where I am with GW, it doesn't take long for me to get the stuff. Usually 2, 3 days max. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I'm going to be soundproofing exactly. So um, we're going to be doing soundproofing installation, especially on the two walls that are kind of not the where am I looking? So like the ones that are against the house, the exterior walls, those ones I'm not going to be soundproofing. But the ones that are going to be the other two walls are going to be soundproof as well as the ceiling. So I'm gonna get soundproofing insulation and then drywall up and then soundproofing material over top of that just to kind of really make it kind of hopefully dead quiet in here. 100% Captain. It's doing better than I believe it's doing better than GW thought it was going to. That's why they kind of pushed it into the normal rotation, and well, they released a brand new army for it. So it's doing well. Now to say that it's getting the numbers that 40K is getting, probably not. Now you're gonna like when it came out, you're gonna see a big uptick, obviously, of models being sold. So it may have been Old World was doing well here, and then once the hype came over, and then it kind of petered out and flat, and now it's just like maintaining, right? But 40K has always kind of been their moneymaker. Wenda, I have seen the cafe leaks. Just quickly, I went over them. I did catch the square based video as well. I watched a little bit of that. Um, we'll see. Like Cathay has some really cool rules added to a lot of their troops, which I like. I like armies that feel very unique, which they definitely do. Um, but we'll see how it all plays out. Like I said, if you guys want to watch a live stream of them being fielded, Mountain Miniatures on Saturday is doing a live stream. I highly recommend you guys check them out. And you'll be able to see Cathay in action for the first time. I don't think anyone's released anything yet, so check them out. Yeah, their artillery looks pretty darn strong. So James, I don't really have a Luca right now. Like, so everyone that I play with are people that I generally work with or have known since I was first got into the hobby. So we all kind of have rotating schedules. So usually someone's always available to come on. But I also have my wife. My wife also plays, so she is going to be on camera when she's just finishing painting up her Rest for Tomb Kings now, and then she'll be on camera. I think she'll be kind of my go-to when I um, can't find a body, like can't find a guest to come on. She says she's more than happy to fill in, so I think that's what's going to happen. Wendell, 100%. You come to Canada, you can be my Luca. Yeah. So it's kind of funny how so I've been with my wife now for 20 years. So we were dating in high school, and it was kind of funny. Like I was playing Warhammer in high school, and I was super embarrassed about bringing like a girl home type of thing to kind of like hang out. So I hid all my Warhammer stuff under my bed, the classic hide everything under your bed. Um, and for whatever reason, she looked under the bed and she found my Warhammer, and then she thought it was cool, and that's how I know she's a keeper. And then she's been playing on and off Warhammer with me since 6th edition, actually. When Tomb Kings first came out, that was her first army. How do you guys feel about these kind of like sit and chat things? Like, is this something that you guys would be interested in the future, or just hang around, just talking? I'm trying to figure out what kind of content is to put on. I agree. Like even myself, like if we do more of these, I would probably just end up having like a top down view camera, and I paint, you guys paint, we just chat. So what army are you guys looking forward to next? If you can pick any army to come out next for the old world, whether it be introducing or bringing back Legacy Army permanently into it or creating a whole new army, what are we thinking here? Skaven, Dark Elves, Kislev. Yes, Kislev, it would be really cool. Yeah, White Shorts. We can definitely do some 2v2s. That is definitely a possibility, especially for a live stream, because that's not too bad. Where the 2v2s get kind of interesting is trying to do it for the hand cam style. The Naga of Koresh, eh? Interesting. Yeah, TNT is like one of my. Whenever we post up in the chat and we get multiple people and it's always an odd number or whatever, I love doing TNT. It's just so chaotic and it's great. Uh, just when you thought you have everything planned out, when you thought you had everything figured out, boom, there's a card. Nope, you can't do that. No, my plan. Nippon would be cool. I don't know, like I'd probably wait a little bit on that one just because they released kind of a very heavy Asian kind of inspired army. I wouldn't mind waiting. I would like now that we have what do we have now? Three human factions. Three human factions. Um, I wouldn't mind some sort of other thing now. Like I know there's still like Nippon is there. You have Ind. That's another one that is always potentially um could come. I mean, I feel like demons are if they progress the storyline, they kind of have to eventually bring demons back. It's just the nature of the lore, I think, right? No, I do not want fishmen. No fishmen. That's a Steve. That's not a me. What'd you do yesterday, Gavin? Because like this is like again, I'm a little bit hazy on the storyline here. I really wish they would release some more books like like novels and stuff. Is this leading up to the invasion of was it Asfar Cool or Asfar Cool, whatever his name is? Is this what this is kind of leading up to? I mean, again, now that Old World is getting all this love and support from GW, maybe now we're gonna start seeing some novels because they even said before this was supposed to be a specialty game and they weren't going to do anything outside of the base rule set, and they've already kind of changed that. Yeah, so like eventually it's gonna like demons to me is gonna be 100% back in here as a fully supported army. It only makes sense. So that one is to me that one is almost going to be a guarantee that they're going to be back in. I would love to see like specific campaign books coming out, which I think they said they are going to do campaign books that do kind of touch on different periods and have really unique rules surrounding kind of stuff like that. Because yeah, like the you can do something really cool with dark elves and high elves. You want to go back in the history. You've got some really cool campaign books within the empire themselves, like how they're all kind of warring and they don't trust each other. They're trying to fight for complete control of the empire. They're or even like going all the way back to the vampire wars. That'd be kind of cool to kind of do like a narrative of the vampire wars. That'd be really neat. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm really interested to see the direction they're going to be doing with this with Old World. The match play comes out July, I believe. It's coming out soon. So it's going to be a couple more scenarios there, which is going to be kind of cool. I know it's not really necessarily super narrative but at least it's something they're doing to switch up the missions that we have, and I'm super stoked for that. Right now, as much as GW gets flamed a lot for what they do, I think they're going the right direction. James, thank you so much. Yeah, man. You take care. Have a great dinner, and yeah, as you said, please everyone like, share. Let's get this channel bumping. I would love to spread out let's spread these videos to more people in the Warhammer community, and maybe we can kind of get new players in the community by watching them. I am thinking about doing a a kind of introduction to the game for new players, which would kind of go over the basic rules of how to play. Um, Again, because the idea is to grow the hobby, and I'm thinking like a lot of people kind of see that as a barrier. They see this big, thick like rule book, and they're like, "This seems so complicated." The game can be complicated for sure. There are a bunch of rules in there that do kind of like, this is completely clear. But overall, the general gameplay is not overly complicated. It's just more of those kind of like weird what if moments that happen. Not from me, Rory. Not from me. And like honestly, with this channel, like we're doing old world right now. We'll do this for a while, and then I'll gauge see if people want more from a different. Not getting rid of old world at all by any means, but I mean like by adding another game system. I'm just not sure. Again, I work full time. Family, everyone that comes on this channel, we're all dads, so we all kind of have limited time. So that's kind of what really pushes us to see if it's going to be worth it for us to keep moving forward is the support from you guys. If we know that you guys are enjoying it and whatnot, we will continue to truck ahead and make more content for you guys. But we have to make sure that it is going to be unfortunately worth our time as well, because like I said, we're being taken away from our families doing this, so we want to make sure that we get that we have the support from you guys to keep going. Which right now, like the amount of subscribers that we have in such a short time, this channel only started May 16th officially, like with uploading content, and from where we already are, we are blew past my expectations for sure, and it's been an awesome ride so far, and we're loving it. Metal, yes, we did talk about this, and the answer is yes, 100%. I definitely liked more the narrative side than anything of the old world. Um, so we are definitely going to be doing narrative campaigns, narrative fights. So yeah, so the campaign's going to be kind of linked fights that have a little bit of story as to why this person following maybe this character or this unit that um, goes through the story. So that's definitely happening. That is going to be most likely part of the membership bonus, the membership content. So Roy, you mean so like they want single focus? So they want yeah, so they want to like split, right? So like let's say bolt action for example, it'd be like one channel is for old world and one channel for bolt action is what you're saying. Voodoo. So the person that won was Rafi Thomas. Rafi Thomas is the winner. Yeah, so Rafi just needs to send me an email at blacksigilstudios@gmail.com with the information, and I'll get a box out to them. Whoa, whoa, Voodoo, that's some harsh language there, but we don't hate anyone. We may despise them a little bit for winning. Franz, hello to you as well. Thank you so much for dropping by. We're just kind of doing. We did the draw already. We're just kind of just hanging out, just having a chat. No, I know you were kidding, Voodoo. I know. Franz, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. And now, hopefully, the content that comes out in the future, you're going to love as well. We have a new video dropping on the 22nd. So there's another bat rap coming out. That one is going to be, what is that one? Is that Dwarves versus Orcs and Goblins, I believe? I think that's what it was. Yes, dwarves versus orcs and goblins. So another classic matchup is going to be dropping on the 22nd. So keep your eyes open for that. Yeah, like as much as obviously the big Games Workshop games and such are doing really well. People definitely want to see content for the smaller games as well because not as many people play them. So maybe no one's playing in their area. They just want to check it out. There's definitely a want for that content. Yes, orcs are such a staple of the old world of just Warhammer in general. So they're definitely going to be on quite a bit. Crush those bony guys, eh? Nice. Were you playing a army of infamy or were you just doing the straight up what is it, grand army composition? For sure, Rory. But like I said, we're just gonna keep motoring on with our old world content. It's working really now. It's working really well right now, so we're gonna keep that going. I probably so for good guys is dwarfs. I probably play them. Dwarfs are Bretonians, but I like the idea of dwarfs the most just because even though they're slow, I like the artillery, mess around with that. Um, for evil armies, right now I'm kind of on a Nurgle demon kick. I think they're really cool. But Beastman is kind of my number one for the evil side. What about you, Metal? What's your go-to army? Funny you should ask, White Shorts. Yes, I've used the Green Knight actually in the last 2v2. First time using him ever. I had him painted up and everything. I just have never fielded him because I always heard how OP he was, and he did very well. He came out of a forest, killed a goblin wizard turn one, which was great. And well, sorry, goblin fled from him, which makes sense. Got run down, and then he got charged by a demon prince and was basically locked in with a demon prince forever. Demon prince ended up killing the Green Knight eventually, and then as soon as he killed him, same turn, came right back alive and charged the demon prince again. So it was he's definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, high elves. High elves are pretty cool army. Um, do you fall into the meta? Do you bring multiple dragons, or do you go infantry heavy? What do you do, metal? Yeah, that's how I again playing fifth, sixth, seventh edition. I played since I was in when did I start? Grade. I'm dating myself here. Like grade eight, I think is when I started getting into it. That's kind of the tail end of fifth edition. Um, I remember my brother came home with a the Bretonia Lizardman box set, which had the cardboard tower and everything in it. That's what kind of got me into Warhammer there. And it was always so focused on infantry with like a little cavalry support, and it was that's what I remember playing, and that's why I like playing the most is infantry dominant with the support of cav and monsters and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, sometimes we always switch it up where maybe I'm taking a super heavy like monster theme list or monsters cav or monsters infantry list. Those are also very fun, but my heart belongs to the static like combat blocks of infantry. Oh, you're one of those, eh, Animal? That's okay. Everyone plays Warhammer how they want. It's cool. Least favorite army to play and to face. Hmm. I'm gonna say it might be Ogres are up there for me for army I don't overly enjoy. Zan, thank you so much for the congrats on 1,000 subs. Yes, we made it. We did it. It happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to. So again, thank you so much to the community. It's just it's not even the fact that I don't like their rules or anything. It's I'm very much that if I don't like the look of an army, I just have no interest in it. That's how it is. More talking tactics. Thank you so much. Thank you. So yes, you are correct, Chris. Undead are rough to face. There are ways to kind of to deal with them. Um, Generally, if I'm fighting undead, I will focus. You pretty much have to pick a target and focus it down. You can't stop hitting it until it is dead. So I'll double charge skeletons. I'll just hammer them with shooting. That's the main thing. Is like you really have to pick and specifically target one block at a time, and that's how we usually end up beating undead. Is those double charges, those just using all of your artillery, all of your shooting, all of your magic to single down one block of infantry or cav and just getting rid of them. Because like most of the undead stuff, they're not the greatest in combat. They're there to tie you up and slog you down. Like they do, don't get me wrong, they do have some heavy hitters. But overall, it's just focusing down, getting through the grind, overwhelming them, making them crumble. Yeah, Chili. So I think they said it here. I thought I saw it. Yeah, Warhol. Warhol is an online. I believe the guys from Squarebase. I think Val runs tournaments actually on Warhol. So that may be something you want to look into if you can't find people locally. Check out Warhol. There's also what's the on Steam tabletop simulator. I know there's a Warhammer drop in for that as well that you can play on that. 100% they are. The older models are easy to convert. Um, the new models are very much like they have a specific way they're going together, and the arms all kind of like they're kind of all bent in a very like you can do it. It's just there's a lot more cutting and molding involved in the newer models compared to the older ones. I find too. Yeah, I think Warhol has a. Is it? Are they subscription based? I think there's like a monthly subscription. Yeah, I feel you. More talk tactics. I feel you. Oh, for the extra feature. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I remember I played for a little bit on Warhol. Going back, I don't know, a couple months ago now. I was just messing around with it. It's a lot of fun. Back when my buddy wasn't able to come out as much, we just said, okay, well, yeah, it's if you can't up. Oh my, it left again. What is going on? This thing is going to be the death of me. Hold up, we're fixing it. What is happening here? I gotta look at a new system. This was just supposed to be temporary. I'm here, guys, still. I apologize. Yeah, this is kind of the growing pain for it, right? It's just trying to figure all this stuff out. For whatever reason, now it's not registering the USB connection. Yeah, 100%. Thank goodness it's happening now. Sorry. So you were asking if I'm gonna hold like a tabletop simulator for your subs? I don't know. It wasn't really in like the cards, I think, for me to run that. Not, I'm not saying that it's not possible because it definitely anything is possible. Interesting. It's just not picking up my phone for whatever reason. All right, give me 1 second here. My first army was Warriors of Chaos. The goofy ones that had like the super like spiky janky arms. I'm just restarting my phone here because for whatever reason it's not recognizing my cord being plugged into the computer. It's charging it, but it's not recognizing that it's like the phone is there. Hmm. Now I'm wondering if my device manager failed me. Ooh, I think that's exactly what it is. I think my card just failed. All right, let's try this. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good, but it is what it is. Oh, okay. So it might be a little bit, unfortunately, laggy, I think. Can you see me? Yeah, it was I think my capture card just kind of bit the dust. I'll have to get something better. Um all right, what are we talking about here? We got thanks so much, White Shorts. Honestly, this helps so much to all the donations, guys. This is great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, like, I bought some stuff just kind of test it out, and it's not. Ooh, I think I'm a little bit out of focus here. Let's see if that fixes it. There. I'm um I'm still tweaking with what I need to do to get this stuff going. But as far as it goes for the handhelds, that's kind of everything's working there, which is good. So is anybody here going to be picking up the Cathay box set as well? Right. I am actually completely impressed that they kept it the same price as the other battalions. Chili, thank you. Thank you so much. Following White Shirts' lead, excited for the future streams. Yeah, we're definitely, if you guys like this and you guys want more streams, more content, guys, we're gonna give it to you. That's what we're gonna give it to you for sure. I fully expected that the what's it called, the battalion set was going to be more like the 320, like kind of what the Bretonian one is now. That's what I kind of thought it was going to be. Yeah, yeah. When I saw those prices, I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Unfortunately, right now in my basement, until I get my Ethernet all figured out down here with the studio, I'm just on Wi-Fi, so it's gonna be hit and miss with this camera right now because I'm not hardwired in. See, I know that I'm gonna be buying one of those terracotta guys, and I'm so not looking forward to the price because I'm also a person who's like, I need to have one of everything, so they're gonna have to be painted differently, and it's just gonna be, oh no. So, Chili, it depends on the battalion box. Some give, like, for example, the Chaos Warrior one. You honestly add like a character and a wizard, and you're gonna be at essentially 2K points right there. So the Warrior Chaos one, not saying it's the models in there are like top tier as far as what you want to build, but best bang for your buck to get an army on the table is the Warriors of Chaos one. But I want to say they're usually around like 1250 points. I think you can kind of make an army list out of for 1250 comfortably. And like you can add characters, so you can bump that number up. But I think 1250 roughly is kind of where the lower end are. No, not at all. Like um when I first started with old world, when I started recollecting everything again, I was playing 1250 point games initially, and they were a lot of fun. You can get a lot of models in for 1250, especially when you're playing not taking super like expensive lords. You're taking more like, if you want to say like play like low hammer-ish rules where you're not pimping out your characters, you can get a lot of models on the table that way. Yeah, see, I do like playing. If I'm going to collect 2 armies, I want like 2 narrative armies that make sense that go against each other, and then obviously dwarves and orcs and goblins definitely fit that, or like orcs and goblins and empire. Like those ones, those matchups make sense, and I love collecting armies like that. Yeah, metal. I agree. I um I would love to. I'm not sure there's any want for it, but I almost want to do like a little series where we're just doing straight battalion box sets against each other, and you kind of like try to figure out the common, if you got to add a little bit or takes a little bit of stuff out for something, but kind of doing battalion box versus battalion box with a couple characters. Man, Grimgor was a boss. He was a boss. So in regards to the videos that I put up, is there anything that you guys want to, like, anything specifically you see that needs to be changed or added or anything like that? Is there anything you want to see out of that? Danilo, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, so we are actually working on that. Give me 1 sec, actually. I got something I want to show you. So I've actually got a prototype here for our dice box that we're going to be putting into like the live streams and stuff. Yeah, it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it for sure. So all I did was obviously 3D printed it, and then I just ended up painting the kind of the copper color over it, and it came out pretty sick. So okay, perfect. More talking tactics. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Is like the group that I have. There's like 7 of us that are all kind of like we consistently play together. So it's kind of rotating through. So yeah, we always have new guests and everything coming on because each person has different tactics that they like to play. So it's a different. Even if they play an army that was already played by somebody else previously, they're gonna play it differently. So that's what I like about it. I'll show you what else we're kind of working on here too. I got more prototypes. It's just give me 1 sec. We have been making some what are they called? The vortex spells into actual 3D models. Although I am missing one of them. It's around here somewhere. Moving everything around the basement, kind of misplaced stuff while we're doing our reno. That's all right. So I think you've seen this one, guys. You've seen like our pillar of fire. So kind of not really focused on it. But anyways, it says pillar of fire on the top. So when you're looking down at the top view, you'll be able to see exactly what the name of it is. And then we have our column of crystal here. So we're making them all into 3D models basically, so that it just really pops on the screen. And once they're all done, the STLs are going to be available for purchase. We're not going to be charging a crap ton of money or anything for them. It's just to kind of help support the channel. And yeah, so we're going to be doing it for every single vortex spell that's in the game. Right? When I started printing, I'm like, oh no, this is going to use so much material. I didn't even hollow it out. Yes, they're all supportless. At least the ones so far. our support list. Foot of Gork. I have one where I found online. We are going to be making our own, just for obviously I don't want to steal someone else's thing. So we're going to make our own Foot of Gork. But I do have one that I found online. I think I paid a few bucks for it. You guys saw that, I believe, in the last video with the Empire. Which, yeah, that was it did a little bit of work. More or less just keep something at bay, but he was scared to go through it. It benefited me. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that like, we're trying to bring, like anything that we can use on the tabletop that we're going to be 3D printing and creating them. Any tools that we can do, any sort of vortex spells, anything that really enhances the game, as the look of the game, we're going to be developing that. Because obviously, like the templates work for people because that's what you only need, the representation of how big the template is. But here at Black Central Studios, we want more. So I'm hoping the studio is going to be up and running. So the kind of the go live for live stream gaming is August. I'm hoping the studio will be completely done by August, or at least done enough where we can get in there and start recording with all the walls up and everything. So I'm also off for 3 weeks in August from work for vacation. So I'm going to be pumping out a bunch of videos there and live stream and whatnot. So it's going to be 3 weeks of just going crazy with Warhammer content, I think. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, like the nice thing is like I said, like I work a full-time job. This Warhammer is honestly, it's my zen. Like this is what kind of like I get home from work, I sit down and do a little bit of painting, nice, relaxed, chill. I look forward to every time I play. I get my buddies coming over to come play a game. I absolutely love this game, and I have since I was in grade 8. Essentially, like this game has been always there for me, and it's even like I really got into more of tabletop gaming than video gaming nowadays. The enjoyment I have from tabletop gaming has definitely dwarfed the computer gaming for me, only because I really enjoy, especially maybe I'm getting older, but I enjoy having people actually over and talking face to face with people when I'm playing my game now, which Warhammer really scratches that itch. So I definitely prefer playing tabletop games over video games nowadays. Honestly, I've always been kind of like somewhat of a nerd, right? Like nerd. Um, but like playing Diablo when I was super young when it first came out, like Diablo 1, like I always and Warcraft, I was always into this whole fantasy scene. I loved it. And then my brother came home one day, and he had the 5th edition starter box with Lizardman and Bretonia, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to let's try playing this game together?" And we built it, we did whatever together, so and played, and I was hooked. It was kind of funny, like I want to say 7th edition um is when I made like my first battle report, if you will. And it was, oh my god, the quality of the cameras was absolutely garbage. But at the time, everyone loved it. Like we even had unpainted armies, so we got a little bit of flame for that. But even then, like I always had the love for Warhammer back when I was a kid, and it's never gone away. It's the whole setting, the universe, the models, everything has always scratched that itch for me, and the fact that I get to play with like-minded people, that my buddies come over, we all hang out. You know, you order some pizza, you have maybe you get yourself some drinks or something, and you just roll some dice and to me, it's like everything else that's going on in your life is kind of like put on the back burner because you're focused on the game, you're lost in the environment, and it's just it I get that dopamine hit. You know what I mean? Leonardo, how's it going? Welcome. And yeah, I agree, Danilo. It's the social aspect is I don't, even though like I'm on playing, I still play like World of Warcraft and everything, and and like you have that interaction in Discord when you're talking to people, but to me, it's still not the same as having that person right in front of you. Which again, that's for me. Other people, it's some people are more maybe they're more introverted and they just like keeping people on the internet. Hey, awesome. But for me personally, I love having people over where we're hanging out and having discussions while we play. Um, Leonardo, I'm doing great. I'm surrounded by you fine people on this day with my first stream, which will getting some of the you know hiccups out of the way. Yeah, like I can have an absolutely terrible day at work, and I come home and I know that my wife will be like, "Hey, want me to go downstairs and paint?" And we do, and we just kind of vibe, and we just sit there and paint, throw a battle report on, or throw on a movie, and just 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 hang out. I agree, Chili. I 100% agree with that. And even so, like if somebody, there's plenty of people here who just the painting, the hobby side of it is not for them, and they just only like the actual game. I was like that for a long time. And that's completely fine. You know what? It's I'm not going to shame anyone for not painting their stuff. Will they come on the channel? Unfortunately, probably not. They can just use one of my armies if that's the case. I don't really care. Um, all about just getting more people in the hobby and getting more people interested in tabletop gaming, which it's kind of interesting. I feel like there's been a big resurgence of tabletop gaming lately. I'm not sure if like COVID kind of affected that, where people were kind of locked in, so they need hobbies and everything to do that wasn't just sitting on their computer all day. Yeah, exactly, Jay. It's weird when you have kind of like that blend of both. It's very rare if I when you have someone who's like does a full 100% super detailed army and loves the game and plays the game. It's more like a split. I find it's pretty interesting. And yeah, more talking tactics. Yeah, my wife back when we first started dating. I'm not sure if you're here for it. We've been in a relationship for we just had a 20-year, well, 10-year wedding anniversary, 20 years together in May, and she was playing Warhammer sixth edition when Tomb Kings came out. That was her first army. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Dan, it definitely does. When you see like two beautifully painted armies on the tabletop with like fully painted terrain and awesome and like boards like that, that's what Warhammer you strive for is because like, that's what I saw in the books when I was a kid. It's like this is I always wanted this, and now that I'm older and I have the time per se and the interest, it's all coming together for me. And this is kind of where like I am 100% falling back in love with Warhammer again and getting like full into it. Oh yeah, yeah. You want to come over and be my personal painter? That'd be great. Super helpful. Yeah, there's more people out where I work that want to play, and they've even said it's like, yeah, I really have no interest in the painting. I'm like, that's cool, man. Like that's no problem. I'm more interested in getting more people into the hobby, into the game, than I am of trying to gatekeep someone because they don't want to paint. It's like I'll take whatever players we can, And who knows? Maybe they'll get that itch when they start seeing a lot of other people that have fully painted armies. Then they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I will throw a little bit of paint on my models." Yeah, it's definitely a big time commitment, Jay, and it's not everyone has the same time available, so that's why I don't harp on anyone. It's some people have multiple hobbies. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm more interested in getting more people into the game to support the game. Um, like I said, I wasn't like that initially when I started. When I was younger, I never wanted the painting wasn't a thing for me. Like I based them, maybe painted 25% of my army, if that, and then now I'm constantly moving from model to model to model to paint. And that's why I think I hope I hope the people that do this whole gatekeeping thing kind of get no offense, but get their head out of their butts. It's you shouldn't be shaming people for that kind of stuff. Everyone has different stories, everyone has different lives, everyone has different things going on. Not everyone has the time available, the money available. It's they just want to play the game how they want to play the game, and who are we to judge that? Now, honestly, like I'm in the same boat as you, man. Like it's it's pretty much that time too for me. I mean, I feel like if I was a good painter, like I think I'm an average painter. Like I can follow a guide. But there's definitely money out there for those that want to do consignment type stuff. Um, there's definitely a market out there. So a lot of people, I think, they get all in or they get overwhelmed, right? Because like you start your army, you're like, I have the plan of I'm gonna get 500 points of whatever. I'm gonna paint it up before I move on. Well, how does that usually ever work out, right? Usually it's like, oh well, no, I'm gonna buy this box because I want to improve my army. I want to play, and then eventually you have a 2,000, 3,000 point army of plastic, of gray plastic, and you're like, oh man, now I'm just so overwhelmed. I don't really know where to start. For sure, Chili. Um, I was still playing. I was still playing collecting after they killed it. So I unfortunately went through my phase where I was got bitter and angry and I sold all my stuff. And then I rebought it again and played eight. And was doing that for a bit. So I get that the people are in limbo for sure. Um, and then when when they announced, oh, well, it was just rumors. Man, my heart was going. I was getting so excited, but then at the same time, I was so worried. So I'm like, oh no, like what are they going to bring it back as? Is it going to be some modern game that's going to be kind of like simplified rules and more like an AOS style, but rank and flank? I was really worried, but GW did not disappoint. They overall, I think they hit this out of the park. Of course, if you're a dwarf, you have to hang on to those grudges forever. Those die with you. That's how it works. Yeah, and it's kind of what I talked to like my group about too as well. And guys, for anyone joining us, sorry for the camera. I had to switch to Wi-Fi for whatever reason. My capture card is being silly right now, so I'll have to take a look at that after. But anyways, um, yeah, like I tell them it's like whenever they look at their models, like, oh, this doesn't look great. I'm like, look, man, put it 3 feet away from you. The 3 foot rule. That's what people are seeing. If someone's gonna pick up my model and go like this and judge me on my paint, I I don't care. My thing is that does it look good when I'm playing the game, and does it look good when when it's on camera? Which again, nothing. Very rarely am I doing those tight close shots when you're playing a game. It's all about the 3 foot rule for me. If it looks good from 3 feet, it's good. Love it. And for those just joining us, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, go onto Mountain Miniatures page. They are doing the Cathay first live stream bat rep of Cathay. So don't miss that if you are interested in seeing what Cathay can do. So Chili, like it doesn't matter. Like if you like I said, if you're good, like it's the cool thing about painting is that you're only going to ever improve the more that you do it. Because again, like I when I first started painting, I could barely stay in the lines. You know what I mean? Now over time, now I can stay in the lines. So yeah, just all it is just reps, and I just watch videos, man. That's all I do is hey, how do they do this technique? And I just go on, and there's always going to be like a how to paint guide, and I just like, oh, that's cool. Now I know how to do this kind of oozy whatever look or this volcanic look. It's crazy that like for me to think time without YouTube and how valuable it is now. Just that everyone can put up whatever they want. Even I had issues with my truck. I'm like, oh, I gotta change this. How the hell do I do it? YouTubed it up. Oh, step by step guide. Perfect. Easy. Yeah, and that's what I'll say is like I start from my model from the bottom up, and it doesn't like a lot of people are so focused on like even on their very lowest base layer of like not getting paint on anything else. It's like no, like you're gonna paint over the higher spots anyway. Don't spend so much time just sitting there like trying to grind out the lowest level layer when you're just gonna slap paint on the highest level and cover it anyway. So that kind of when I started getting to that mentality, it made my stuff go way quicker. Uh Nippon or Araby? I don't I don't know. I um I don't know if there's going to be such a huge demand for them when they still have so much more that they can kind of flesh out. I'm not saying it'll never happen. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Because like yeah, I think they still have. I'm suspecting Kislev is definitely going to be coming out. I'm going to guess it's going to be like a second edition type of release for Old World. It's going to be Kislev somewhere there. Plus, they're probably. I'm going to guess a lot of these um, armies of legend or whatever are going to come back with arcane journals themselves. So it's going to be all that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be like a Vampire Coast. So many people want Vampire Coast. GW would be silly not to at least think about doing it. Dogs of War, like I remember Dogs of War back in the day when they used to have their own book. They were so cool because it's one of those armies that have every single unit has a very unique rule, and that's awesome to me. Is when something like everything is so unique and your whole army is just special rules after special rules that benefit or do something. Like I love that. So it's actually interesting, Chili. Because the idea of the old world is to focus on just that. It's the narrative of the old world. So realistically, with Lizardmen, if there's one army that I would see not coming back, which it probably will, because now that all the old plastics are no longer being supported through the Seraphim for AOS, there's definitely a possibility it will. It's the one army that doesn't really, I think, have like a footprint in the old world, if you will. Not that they're not there in the story, it's just actually being in that setting, they're not really there. And even like Dark Elves, for example, the only thing that would really make sense for Dark Elves in the old world is like a Black Ark Corsair, like special pirate list where they're doing some raiding. Yeah, exactly, Danilo. That's what I'm thinking it's gonna be something like that. Releasing the Kurgans, really? Okay, interesting. I haven't been on Total War 3 in a little bit. I started up a campaign about 2 weeks ago and then haven't touched it really much. I only played for like an hour or so. Yeah, so I think for those that are joining us now, I did mention previously in the video that what we're going to be doing is as long as we get the support through memberships and donations and super chats and all that stuff, we're going to be continuing with doing more giveaways. So more milestone giveaways for the channel. So the next one's going to be at 2,500 subscribers. We'll do another giveaway. Again, if the support's there, then 5,000, then 10,000, and then we'll just revisit from there when we're going to do it. It's something that I want to do to kind of thank the community for Koresh, sorry. Thank the community for you guys supporting us. So um yeah, as long as we continue to grow and we get your guys' support, I have no issues with doing more giveaways and whatnot in the future. That's kind of what this channel is for, is to give back to the Warhammer community. Um Locally here, I'm actually in the works to create here. Hey, who knows? I'm in talks with a local gaming center here to do a tournament, and I've done tournaments plenty for like Bolt Action back in the day. So how I always do them is I don't take a penny of the entry fee for myself. I don't want it. It was once we hit a certain amount for prizes that we get, the rest of it goes to charity. So because it was what was it? It was Bolt Action. We would give every single tournament would go to Wounded Warriors. So that was kind of a lot of that's a lot of fun doing that kind of stuff, which is a charity for veterans. It's kind of the same thing that I would probably do with all these tournaments for Old World. Is once we hit a certain cap of for prizes, then it's the rest of it would go to some kind of charity. Wow, we've been on here for an hour and a half already. I did not realize that. This is you guys have suckered me in for an hour and a half, and this has been a blast. Absolute. I can't believe just sitting here and talking to you guys have how much I've actually like enjoyed this. This is great. I never thought I was a person who can just ramble on for a while, but turns out I can. So I have a buddy coming down beginning of July. He's coming down. We're going to be recording 2 videos in a day. Um, we're going to be doing a Chaos Dwarf versus Dwarf Battle Report. And then we're going to do another one, which is going to be, I think it's Troll Horde versus Bretonia. I think those are the ones going to be coming out in July. And we have a very special battle report that's going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks as well. So I'm not going to give any details of what it is, but it's going to be one you don't want to miss. It's such a cool list. I like it so much. It's I know Steve has said this a lot from Mountain Miniatures, but when you have an army of infamy that makes you build a list and play in a different way, that's a successful army of infamy to me. Yeah, man, we just thought like I want to start doing more like iconic battles and battles that really make sense instead of just like random matchups, which is fine. Like technically everything the Warhammer world has fought in one capacity or another each other, but I want to do try to make this more of like a narrative esque style um, channel if I can, as much as I can. Sometimes it's just the matchups just don't make sense because it's just the people that I play against. Do they have this army? I have what the armies that I have. But we will always strive to do more of a narrative style once the studio's built. well, guys, I think I'm probably gonna cut it off here. It was a blast talking to you guys. I'm getting a little hungry. It's 12:30 my time now. I didn't expect to be on here for an hour and a half, but like I said, I loved it. So please, please share the content, like the stuff, comment on the stuff, help out with the analytics to keep pushing the videos out there. And then like I said, think about becoming a member when we do that. Super chats, everything that helps this channel to keep going on and get better and better and better. Thank you so much for everything, guys. And Rafi Thomas, again, you are the winner. Please reach out to me and for your prize. Everyone, happy wargaming. Take it easy, guys.